Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. This is especially cool for me because you were actually one of my very first interviews, like 11 years
Oh,
ago.
funny.
Yeah, now you're getting Oscar nominations, and I still do this. So, you're doing well at least.
No guilt or anything. Yeah.
Listen, happy. Um, I was at an event, I think it was a month or so ago now, where it was you and Gabby talking about the film, and
Uh-huh.
it was just so fascinating to hear about because you it I know it's not, but the writing seems so effortless. Like it's just how life would go. But
Hmm.
and the way you explain it also feeds into that because it does almost feel like this is what I'm interested in. This is what feels right to me. And I'm just curious, like when you have the blank page, when nothing's ready, you're done with this, you haven't thought about the next thing. What is the initial spark that goes, I know what the next few years of my life is going to be?
That's you put it well in that like the next 5 years of my life, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, and I kind of feel like each film takes a lot out of you, or it's 5 years. Like my kid's 9,
Yeah.
it's like a lot of life. Um, so it's a big decision, but I don't feel like I'm totally in charge of that decision. I feel like films kind of come at you like from the cosmos. It sounds pretentious, but I actually really believe it. And for me, they start like this is the next one,
Well,
and
there
it
we
just starts as like rambling, like, and I don't know exactly what it is, and I have like a feeling. I have like a couple of elements or one element, and I'll just be riffing on it, and then that list is kind of like something will start to reveal itself out of that.
Makes sense.
Um, yeah. And then it goes, and then I just kind of keep doing that for a long time, like about
Yeah.
a year.
I mean, at this point, you can do it. I mean, that's got to be the terrifying.
No, no, it doesn't feel like that. It does not feel like that. Every time I feel like I completely failed and I have to put it, I end up putting it down. I don't want to put it down, but like for a few weeks or a month or 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and I'm just like, I failed. It's over. This part of my career is over.
Yeah.
I've yet to not get there.
Which is I think almost comforting in a way that it's the great
Yeah.
equalizer because you can like objectively be like, okay, I've made several films. They've gotten nominated for Academy Award. All these metrics that should tell
Mm.
you like, I know what to do. I can do this. Just go out the window when you're like, but I'm starting fresh. This could be the worst thing ever, or it could be the best.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I feel like while my films obviously have like a lot of, I don't know, they relate to each other and
Yeah.
obviously I did them. They also, each one when I started is like a wild experiment that I do not know if it's going to work. And I often feel like it's not working or it takes a long time to get it till it works. And weirdly, sadistically, masochistically, it's the only way I like if the stakes aren't that high, if I don't like feel like I can't do it for a good part of the time, I'm not interested, or I feel like it's not like the right project, or it's not valid or something. I need
I
to
mean,
talk to my therapist about that. But
yeah,
yeah.
you certainly don't make it easy on yourself. And you're like,
I
well,
don't. Yeah,
I
yeah.
need I need a child actor in a central role. I'm going to offer it to Joaquin Phoenix, who's notably picky. Like all of these things, you know,
Insane.
yeah.
No, you sound like the voice in my head at like 3 in the morning because it's like I'm like I have such career instability. I have nothing. I'm 55 years old. I have nothing. I have no one's asking me for the next thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I
And
mean,
it's just gonna be hard and I don't know if I can do it. I hate this part of my
yeah.
job.
Well, of course. You either want if you're not like Scorsese or Tarantino and you just tell someone with a bag of money the next thing, there is that
Uh,
like, well, I know they like the last one, but this time they're not going to like it. Like I'm due.
yeah.
I'm due for them not to like it. But I mean, you skirt that, and I think a lot of it is, you know, you make a movie that I don't think anyone else could make in a way. Like these are conversations and these are emotions and I think they hit people in very weird ways. Like you know, the last one, like there's the line at the end about I will tell my kid about my mother, but she won't understand. That's just how I talk to my girlfriend about my grandfather. Like I know she can't
Yeah.
understand why he's special to me, but
Right.
it's just like it's a throwaway line, but no one else has ever written that line.
That's cool. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, that line you just picked out is something I so feel all the time because my
Yeah.
kid never got to meet my parents.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, writing from that place of like an actual living need, you
Yeah.
know, on my part, like to like, I wish that wasn't so.
But it manifests in
Maybe
like a
that.
very interesting way. And then in this one, like even just the choice
Yeah.
of seeing Joaquin Phoenix as a tender character, which is honestly where I like him the best. Like I know people love like the intense,
Hmm.
unsettling actor, but this or her or two lovers, like when he's vulnerable, he's doing
Hmm.
something on a whole other level. And just to pair him with a child, like oddly is perfect. And no one thought to do that.
I think some of the unlikeliness was obviously attractive,
Yeah.
right? And also because I I feel like I wear all my fucking badges on my sleeve, and you see me coming from like 800 miles away, right? Like my
Like,
emotionality and my good intentions and all that kind of stuff. So and I just had you could just tell that Joaquin's just a thick, rich, dense, awesome person from like that's where I felt, like seeing him and things. But really different from me, and I could use that difference. And I just had a hunch that maybe it'd be reciprocal. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Because I'm not his. I don't know. He doesn't go to my garden at
No.
all times, so this might be the time to go to the garden. It took forever, and forever I didn't think he was going to do it. But we are having this amazing relationship at this table right here, and just talking about the script. And I thought, well, fuck, I'm learning so much about my movie, and it's just so funny. He's so funny. I have no idea if he's going to do it, but whatever. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, the story you had told about him basically taking a meeting to tell you no, and like you saying you're a fan. He's like, oh no, it's the worst thing you can tell me. It's like it all tracks. It's like you believe that he's the guy who like talk to me about anything else. Like tell me about the meal you made yesterday. Like I want to have a real conversation, and that's
He still does it.
and
I just tried to compliment him introducing the film at the premiere last night, and he tries to take the microphone away from me, like literally. Like I had to like struggle with him.
yeah, it is interesting to watch that, and I feel like that's part of what is the weird, like people have weird feelings about him sometimes. I think that's because you don't usually see someone at that level who's uneasy with that. Like you're
Mm.
taught at a certain point, okay, you've been famous for this long, you accept it, and you can be very grateful, but like you almost have to feel like yes, this is what should be happening, and he never has that. If anything, he feels like no, you're all going to catch on. And it's hard to pinpoint for someone who just wants to like, say hi and take a picture. But for someone who wants to
Yeah.
do a movie with him, there's an in.
um, yeah. I mean, it's a very complicated person, right?
Yeah.
Rolling through a complicated world that's made more complicated by everyone's trip on what actors are and who they are. Um, but I don't know. In my experience, my side of it, I I don't know if I ever worked with anyone so like immersive and so conjoint, so like collaborative and so like right there, and yeah, and this is lovely, just like very fun.
Oh, yeah. Which is what you
Yeah.
need for this movie because it is lovely, but also it's having a serious conversation and it's going to mean different things to different people. But it's like pitched at a very sort of even keel.
Hmm.
All the melodramatic moments are never melodramatic. All the comedic moments are never broad. And it's
Mm.
also, I think, just to sort of bring it back, a hallmark of you. Like you have a talking dog in one of your movies, but it never feels out of place. Like it just,
Mm.
okay, there would be one here. He would be communicating. Like it tracks in a way. I think you like it's almost like the smallest scale version of like the Marvel universe. Like everything you
That's
do,
funny.
it's like it's part of your world.
I'm gonna use all this for my next pitch. It's really like Marvel level
Yeah.
shit I'm
Like
doing
I've been
here.
told. I've
Yeah.
been told. It's not
I've been
me.
told.
Someone
Yeah,
else told me.
exactly.
I can't say
Yeah,
who.
so I need 80 million. I need 80 million and everything will be good.
I mean, listen, I think the world would be a better place if guys like you were getting 80 million. But listen, I think the world would be a better place if you could still make like the $25 million movie. But that's a whole other conversation.
That's never gonna happen,
Yeah, you have a better
funnily.
chance of 1 million.
Yeah, if I did that thing, yeah.
Exactly. But no,
Yeah.
it's a credit to you that like this movie exists because I don't think anyone else is making it, let alone making it
Mm.
this well. And I think that's why the conversations about it are so interesting because you can look at it as a parent, you can look at it as an aspiring parent, you can look at it as and like an adult without a child. There's no wrong way to like approach it, and it still leads you, I think, to almost a similar place of like, well, we do need to like take care of each other in a way. Like this is just like look what we can make if we do a good job. It's a very similar
Hmm.
sort of end result.
Yeah, and I think we all tried hard to include all a lot of human failure and frailty and what would you call it, like neurodivergence, right? And like all the way from what Paul's going through with bipolar to just all of us, right? That we all are neurodivergent. We all are going through our own course. But Joaquin, that's one of the things about Joaquin that's so intelligent and helped me so much is even while I was trying so hard not to be like good, right? Or present like that we have to be good to be human, right? I still do it. Like we all still do it. And Joaquin is really good at not doing it or helping me find out where I was doing it consciously and unconsciously in my script and in my idea of the film. And always finding that like just instinctively in a nice way, like always trying to make more space for like his own, what do you call it? Just darkness, confusion,
Yeah.
foibles, the whole thing. Like he kind of wears them up front and then you learn other parts. So, and I think that's a big part of why the film people, I often hear people like moms and parents like really like that it includes that, or even like Paul's mental illness, that it's like part of the family.
Yeah.
And part not like distanced or judged and stuff like that. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. And to wrap up, because I know we don't have any more time, you do it so well.
Oh, that's nice.
It's perfect to see, let alone discovering Woody. Like,
Yeah, right.
Other conversation. I talked to him tomorrow, and that's oddly intimidating. I'm like, God damn, you did that in an accent.
Yeah.
You're my superior already. Great. Fantastic.
Woody is such a good interview. I'll tell you right now. I've been doing stuff with him. Like he's like Joaquin. He's very present, but he's not going to perform.
Yeah.
So you get like, I feel like a clown next to him. You know, I feel like I'm here to tell you a story about the movie, and he just like drops some knowledge. And
Steps back.
well, and I was trying to describe it to a friend because we just did some press yesterday. It's like it was when we shot the movie.
Yeah.
Like there's just something like his instincts, his motor drives towards like he can't be inauthentic.
Yeah.
And it's that's so weird.
Yeah. No, but you're just lucky enough to capture it. You're like, good, it's mine now. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, please tell me the camera was on. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, also, we can't afford for it to be off, so please turn it on.
Yeah, keep it on the whole time. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, thank you. I'm honored. I was one of your first interviews. That's so sweet. I feel old, but also,
Same. I used to be the youngest one in the room. Now I'm just like right in the middle.
I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest in the room almost all the time nowadays.
Which has its own thing, has its own charm. But I look forward to when that piece of paper becomes the next time
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Thank you so much.
See you. Yeah. Good to see you.
Take care.
Yeah.